victory at the end of the game. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we see the number 7 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on another team from the ACC, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Trojans will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. So much history and pageantry in this rivalry, guys, but the trophy, the jeweled shillelagh, is a little bit under the radar.
It is. It's beautiful to look at. Always just focused on these two blue blood programs. Notre Dame, USC. This is interconference, national championship, and Heisman implications seemingly always on the line late in the year when these two teams play.
Always so cool, coast to coast. Something matters, something on the line. You're right, this game is always fun to watch. The jeweled shillelagh.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They're getting this guy lathered up. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. There have been many memorable games in this rivalry. It was memorable for Notre Dame last year, not so much for SC as the Trojans got blown out.
No, and Notre Dame's a team that we've seen in the playoff in recent years, and they want to get there consistently. To do that, they've got to win rivalry games like this. You're going to play a big-time opponent like USC with all of that talent and that coaching staff. You're going to have to play at a very high level. Last year, David, they put the stomp down on the Trojans.
They did. They used that big shillelagh and laid the hammer and took care of business. And you've seen Notre Dame, had these years now where they've had really good seasons, but we want to see them build on it and do multiple good seasons in a row. That means beating your rival, beating USC consistently. Let's see what the Irish have today.
The Irish send out the punt unit. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So the USC Trojans offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And David, we'll see just how effective they can be on the ground running against a backer like this.
But they're going to do what they do, and they're going to feature their guy. He's an elite running back. You're a great linebacker. Let's see who wins this battle.
There have been entire defenses that haven't been able to slow this running back down. This linebacker, though, he's got the athleticism to do it himself.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Got him downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say cunning.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, USC!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Here come the Irish back on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Find space on the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking to move it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And that, my friends, is getting the perfect bounce, the perfect punt, and the perfect roll. They'll have them locked down inside their own 5. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Quickly out to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turn.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne had made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot. And obviously, Palmer, you add a trophy, it just gets weighted.
It's like the greatest players that ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
The Trojans get enough to move the chains. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. And the Trojans are marching down the field. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's looking to throw it. It's complete to the left. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So I like the student body right, student body left. But that's a little old school for me.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Quick release on the RPO. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And I like it. 3rd down and short, and this offense stays aggressive, and now they're set up. Forget the field goal. We're not looking for 3 now. Now set up in a 1st and goal, trying to get a touchdown.
He's got the tight end. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups where you see, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he's going to be open most of the time.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
That makes the score USC 14.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. On 1st down from their own 22. Holds and fires complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Here comes the hurry up. Movement here from the tight end. From the gun, running back on the move. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Slips through the line. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Paulo, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. Offense set on first down. He wants to throw. He'll take a shot. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw it again. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. What a catch and run for 6.
And I'll tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He's got an open man. And he's running in the open. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the...
Team.
Get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here come the Irish back on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner will be dragged down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wide out in motion. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Oh, picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Paul? When it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception.
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, think of all the legendary players who've been a part of this game. And we have a few more vying for that status so far today in an always emotional fight for the Jeweled Shillelagh. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between USC and Notre Dame plays out.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Oh, look out. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Trojans. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes with a quick strike up top covering 79 yards. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water boys, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
He's going to pass on second down. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Takes it from the gun on third down. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting the first possession.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Defense showing blitz here. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They'll play it safe and try for 3. He got it.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and try his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He makes the connection. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab on the left. Still on his feet at the 45. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the first down.
And they always got one of these, a big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. Unloads quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Touchdown USC! And the pummeling has started. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
USC 35, Notre Dame 10.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Quick strike complete. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Got it behind the line. It's Ford. Turns it on at midfield. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Grabbed behind the line. It's Harris. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. The give to the tailback. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw for it. Lets it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And after the extra point, they trailed 35-17. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. So they got the score. The lead is still 18 as they prepare to kick off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. A 3rd and long coming up here. Quarterback checking off. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Let's it fly. Complete to the right. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Working that left side now. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Quarterback empties his backfield. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They want to just keep throwing it. Got a man. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots.
Just too much heat that time, and they... at the 31.
Well, the offense staying aggressive. They've had success all game long. They just came away with a big play, but finally give up the sack. If they can keep this quarterback standing up, though, they can extend their lead.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on 3rd down, but this is a different deal on 3rd and long. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll call for the fair catch here. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Trojans. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here come the Irish back on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick-6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick-6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Feeling some heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. The corners are walked up tight. Get it out on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
On the screen. No gain on the play. Coming up, 4th down.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They stop stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And the Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. Traveler and the entire Trojan nation starting to feel their oats as SC has built a lead in this one.
I'm impressed, too, with the Trojans in this one. They've got a lot of competition in conference week in, week out. You don't get a break when you go out of conference to play Notre Dame, but mentally, they've had a lot left in the tank. They are dominating Notre Dame here, David.
And it's so fun to watch year after year. Great uniforms, great football. This matchup, the Jewel Shillelagh, every single year is always fun to watch.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, Dave. The Jimmies and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And this defense has put a game together. It is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome, everyone, to Lubbock, Texas, and Jones AT&T Stadium, home to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And this crowd, as always, will be rowdy because they've been gearing up since early this morning. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll